Hey, what's up, gamer? Not Lan coming in. No, sorry, not Yam coming in with the lol. How are we doing, gamers? How are we doing today? I'm doing pretty well. I just got some. We just had made some garlic bread. Made some Italian meatball, some pasta, some ravioli. Very good little dinner. And by little, I mean huge. It was kind of massive. It was a big dinner. But I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. You doing good? Let's go. That's what I like to hear. Oh, garlic bread. Yeah, sorry. I thought I would play Virtuous Lust or whatever. Then when I want to finish it. And we'll not be streaming tomorrow. This is a note. We're going to see Hamilton actually. There's a Hamilton performance here, so I'll be at that. Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean to press continue. Whoops. Hammy-tons. Yeah, I can stream that. Oh! What's up, guys? I'm here at the Hamilton concert. Watching some Hamilton. What do you guys think? Wait for it, as they say. Alright, so I can't do this ending. This ending I can't do. I can't do that part yet. I could come down here and do this, but I think I just want to go this path and do the what was the decision here? The decision here was blue door. Let's do not blue door, I guess. Do you wish to jump? Alright, let's go skip. Go to the red door with Dio. I'll take Dio. That means the red door for us.
Whoa. Betting on the dark horse, huh?
Thank you for the lurk.
Feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
Are you okay with that, Clover?
Well, I don't really trust him, but if Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, 10 me OG, and I will take the green door.
Liam O'Brien, hi.
It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him, I promise.
What about Fine K?
No problems here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door, correct?
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
10 seconds.
Can Luna hold Quark?
Until chromatic doors close.
I suppose. I mean, he's like a full-grown child. That's a lot of weight. Luna does not seem the type to be able to carry Quark, but you know, I'll take it. There's a Critical Role art book for pre-order, and gosh, you want it so bad. Get it. Art books are cool. Come on, guys, hurry! The door's already closing.
Coming.
I know!
That's what Dio says when he's in bed. With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
I'm feeling pretty silly today. Feeling pretty silly. I made a choice recently. I haven't really followed through on the choice yet because it hasn't been the weekend. But yesterday I was like, you know what? I don't really wanna. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. I was like, you know, I don't really want to stay up super late anymore. Like I'm a huge night owl. I love staying up late because I have to get up early for work. It's like incongruous, you know? Like if I'm going to bed at like, if I need to go to bed like, you know, midnight 1 on the weekdays, I can't stay up until like 2 or 3 on the weekends. It's just I'm too sleepy. This doesn't work anymore. Trying to commit to waking up at the same time every day. I mean, it's supposed to be really good for your health, for sure. What is this? There are 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked.
And I'm like, I
anyway.
don't know. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm kind of excited about trying to move on from staying up late. As sad as I am to not be able to stay up late, but like, what am I even doing late at night? Like, there's like barely any opportunities to actually do anything anyway.
So this is a dead end? Great.
No, hold on. What's this thing?
Well, it's got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Okay. Okay, Clover. Well, yeah, I suppose in your case it makes more sense, Ian, for sure. Like in my case, it's like none of my friends are going to be up this late anyway. Yeah, I saw the phone thing you were talking about. Are you serious?
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh? Huh?
Hey, Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
Bro, I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I guess it can't be helped, though. You boys just secrete secrets.
Okay, here's my big question though. Like, is this all like an act? Is Clover like putting this on as like an act to like disarm people? You think she's actually this dumb? I feel like she's not, because at times she's not this dumb. Like she has moments of intense brilliance. You super recommend Eddie's new video? I'll have to check it out.
Oh man, I'm good.
Sigma, please, let me give her a smack.
Dude, don't even talk, dude. I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius comedy for now. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
Well, you don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we
You think
can
it's
go
half and
back.
half? That seems pretty accurate, probably.
Fine, I'll do it. Ready? Here we go!
It's like one of the last escape rooms we're gonna have, unless there's secret ones. Huh. The center one opened.
Looks like the others are still locked, though.
Through the center one then. Forward!
Not waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. Man, this stupid bitch going through doors, dude. Ridiculous. Have we done the laboratory? Didn't we do the laboratory already? No. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. What was I thinking of? The room with all like the test tubes and stuff. Was that the med bay? I think it was the med bay. What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do...
So this green water. Good idea. We might be able to find some of that Excelivir.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
Shut it. Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. Seek a way out. All right. What do we got here? Something on this tray. Empty capsule, huh? 2 empty capsules, some seeds. Okay. A binder. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah, let's see here. Hydroponics Research 1 and 2. Okay. What's in here? Paper inside. Let me see that. It says steps for dissecting a frog. Okay. Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there are these 4 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in them? Got more seed of a different variety. It's black. There's nothing going on here. This tray anything? No, what's this? What's this thing? Who knows? Okay. Oh, it's like rotating around it. That's, oh, okay. I'm a little bit disoriented. That's fine. Okay, we got more seed. These look like something you put specimens in. Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. I think there's still a few things here we might be able to use. The devil's in the details, you know. How about this one? Yeah, roots. Okay. And saline solution. And then frog. We'll give it a name. Aw, it looks like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably been preserved. I think the liquid inside is ethanol. How do you know that? The smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. I think that's it. Okay, cool. What do we got going on over here? More seed. Lots of seeds. What's this thing? That thing on the top looks like some sort of industrial strength lid. It's a mixer. If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something. I don't think you'd use it for cooking, though. Maybe it's for scientific experimentation. We are in a lab. Hey, what's up, Brendan? Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something this heavy duty. A binder. There's some paper inside it. It says DNA extraction instructions. Okay. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Nothing back here. There's a large lever embedded in the wall. You know the hydroponics research thing we just found? I think it said something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they each had a different color. Do you think it was talking about these? Okay, let's actually read those in our archive here. Memory card for PEC, Hydroponics Research 1. Preparation of hydroponic fluid and seeds. Preparation 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts of water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Okay. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D, cyan, failed to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. Okay. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D and fluid E, only one of them failed to germinate. Okay. Remove the specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain in the fume cupboard. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cupboard. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Be sure to conduct your dissection inside the fume cupboard. Okay, where's the fume cupboard? Hold on. A fume cupboard. Is this the fume cupboard? No, here's the fume cupboard. And more seeds. What the heck is this thing? No, what's this thing? Maybe nothing, since I can't seem to click on it? Okay, here's a scalpel. Pretty fancy tray. Is that a cat playing with a ball of yarn? Are you even looking at it? It's a lion. How are you not kidding that? What? Sorry, it's a sort of tick I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of, well, you heard. That's pretty weird. Yeah. Call me weird all you want, Clover. Okay, let's see here. So let's do the ethanol thing here. There's a lot of things going on in this room. It's a little overwhelming. We got the frog. So let's pour the ethanol down. Why'd they put a speaker here? That's a drain. What is wrong with you? Oh, I see. You've got the frog there. Planning to just take it out, I assume? You should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. That's what I was trying to do. Am I dumb? This is saline solution. What the hell, Clover? What if that had been poison or something? You worry too much. I just printed to drink it. Then how do you know it's saline solution? It says on the underside of the lid, silly. Okay. I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. That's one thing I dislike about this game is occasionally you'll try to do something, but the game has to explain to you what you need to do, and so it doesn't actually do the thing you told it to do. And it creates this weird sense of like confusion where it's like, what, was I not supposed to do it that way? Am I missing a step? No, I just had to do it a second time. Set the frog over here. Okay, now we can get the scalpel and dissect the frog. Nasty. Sigma? Oh, what are you gonna do with the scalpel? Are you gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But, poor Lord Hoppington. What are you freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It is an ex-frog. Ugh, fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that saves me the trouble. Huh? Something came out of his stomach. A blue capsule. Okay, we got a blue capsule now. 2 empty capsules. Okay. This tank collects liquid waste. The ethanol I poured down the drain should be in here. It's a little big, but I have a feeling that I should take it. A tank that collects liquid waste. Right now it's full of the ethanol that the frog was in. Referring to a dead thing as X name is funny. I think we should do it more often. Yeah, like X human. Okay. Man, look at all these pipes. Ain't they run down to the beakers underneath? There are handles where the pipes meet. If you turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. And if you turn it left, the liquid goes left. So maybe if you put it in the middle, the half goes to the left and half goes to the right? What is this liquid then? Probably water. What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any units, but it looks like 80 somethings of water come out of the center pipe. And then each pipe after the split gets 40. So we're supposed to regulate the flow of water with the handle so that each beaker gets the correct amount. Yeah. How do we get the water to come out in the first place, though? I think you probably just pull that lever over there on the right. Like this. After turning the correct levers, pull down on the lever on the right to pour water into the beakers. Okay, let's give it a shot. So 33255. This is just like that one puzzle in the first game. Let's see, Hydroponics Research 1. Preparation 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each part has a distinct color. Okay. I don't really know. So I have to mix this so that each one gets 10 parts water, presumably? Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. Oh, was that in this game? Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. I'm assuming that's what I have to do, right? So this is going to give 40 over here. So we'd get 40 on this. Let's give it 20. Okay, but it's 3. So we need 30 over here. We need 30 here, 30 here, 20 here, 50 here, and 30 here. So if we've got 40 coming down here, so this will give us 20. And then we've got 10. So that should be right. Then we've got 10 coming down this way. If I half this, that's 40, 20. So this one's right now. This one's also correct. And then we've got 40 going this way. And 40 going here, and then 20. That's 60. Well, actually, all of it's going to go this way, right? So we get nothing in there right now. So we go 40, this is 20, here's 10, here's 10, and then 40. This should be good. Okay, what am I missing? These two aren't right. So 40 goes this way. Ah, okay. So 20 goes this way, then we go 10. My bad. There we go. That wasn't too bad. We poured the water into the beakers. Now the lights are green. You did it! Okay, so we can grab all the different liquids, right? Yeah, I have 2 types of long seeds and 3 types of round seeds. Then maybe you should put them in the beakers. If you just grab one of those seed containers, you should be able to just put one of them into the beakers. Okay, so we have to solve this effing, like, if the orc lives in the greenhouse and the human lives in the blue house, where does the dwarf live? It's effing hydroponics puzzle. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Let's clear this. We'll go like long seeds. Round seeds in fluid B and D. Okay, wait, let's do this. Let's do this. So we have A, B, C, D. Oops, that's not a D. That's a D. E. So round seeds aren't good in B and D. None of the marked seeds germinated in if put in fluid C. So we'll say like marked. No marked seeds. Non-marked seeds fail to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. So we'll say unmarked in fluid B and fluid A. When the striped seeds are put into fluid D and fluid E, only one of them failed to germinate. So D and E, striped. Okay, let's look at these seeds as well. What options do we actually have for seeds? So that guy's striped. That guy's unmarked. That guy's unmarked and long. This guy is, I guess, marked? That's a marked seed. And here's striped. We have striped, unmarked. There was a clue about long that I think I might have forgotten to touch on here as well. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Okay, so 3 of them don't accept long seeds, which I suppose is fairly obvious if there's only 2 long seeds. Here's 1 long seed. Here's 2 long seeds. That isn't really that helpful. Like, obviously they failed to germinate in 2 of the fluids. Okay, so let's see here. What do we got? So we've got 2 long seeds. And we've got 3 circular seeds. We've got 3 circle, 2 long. And then we have 1 of the long seeds is striped. So 1 S, 1 U. And then we have 1 striped seed, 1 marked seed, and 1 unmarked seed. For the 1 S, 1 U, 1 marked. So marked does not go in C. Striped goes in 1 of these 2. And then another one up here somewhere. These 2 can't be marked. How do I process this? So 1 of the striped has to go in here. right? The unmarked can't go in here, which means that one of the unmarked is going to go in here, and one of the unmarked is going to go in the other one of these two that doesn't germinate. So this one's going to be either... This one will be the unmarked. Unmarked long slash 1 or O. And then it's also potentially going to be one of these. One of these will be the stripe. This is a mess. I'm trying to keep track of this is a mess. And then I guess marked must mean like anything that isn't like plain. But like just this isn't really a stripe, right? That's just like a mark. So I'm assuming the mark isn't striped, but striped is marked, right? So one of the stripes is going to go down here, and then the striped and the marked is going to go up here. Okay, I don't think I have any other clues except for this one's not round. This one's going to have to be... And it's not an unmarked, so it's gonna, that means it has to be, this one has to be... What are you looking for, hon? Oh, I forgot to look for it. Check my, it's gonna be the top drawer. Which case? So, that means this one has to be the long striped. There's no other option. We can cross that off. Which means this one has to be, one of these two is going to, this one can't be O. So this one has to be the O stripe. We can cross that off. And then, if we know the O stripe is here and the I stripe is here, the circular marked is going to be here. We can cross that off, which just leaves these two. We've got two unmarked. And this one can't be O. This one has to be the unmarked long, and this one has to be the O unmarked. Okay. Okay, let's make this less ugly. So we got A, B, C, D, E. This one is unmarked striped, or the circular striped. This one is long. We'll call that LS, long S. This one's going to be O, unmarked. That's not L stripe, that's L. Yeah, L striped up here. So this is L unmarked, rather. And then this is going to be L stripe, and this is going to be O marked. Okay, cool. That should work. So A is going to be the circle unmarked, which is this one. Okay, this one's gonna go in here. Okay, I rearranged like this. Okay, so we'll go here and then long stripe. That's good. Long stripe. The marked one there. L unmarked and then O striped. I think that's good. No, okay, these two are wrong. Did I just mess up my, like... I must have just messed up one small piece of that somehow. Okay. You did it, Sigma! And I got close enough, so... You've sown your seeds. Don't say that. Huh? Well, why not? Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, a red capsule. All right, we can grab the red capsule. Then we have a red capsule, a blue capsule, and then 2 unmarked capsules. Let's see. There are 4 spots here. Doesn't look that the size and shape are just right. Okay, is this not how you're supposed to do it? There are 4 circular holes on the top. Clover seems to think I can insert something into the holes. Is it not the things that I have in my possession currently? You lost your copy of Mythopia? And it's not in your thing. Is it in your bag? Like your game bag? Your like pink game bag? And it's not in your Switch case either. Okay, what if I combine this with the ethanol? Nope. I thought it was maybe like a dropper. What is this? No, it's like a screw. A small capsule, half of it is blue. It has some sort of middle protrusion. Okay. Strange machine. We don't know what it does, so it's probably best to leave it alone for now. All right, I'm at a little bit of a loss as to what my next step should be here. We've dissected the frog. Let's see. What do I do with the saline solution? I guess let me get the root out if I can. See, that's not the right spot. Come over here. Let's get the root out. No. Lord Hoppington, why? You left us too soon! Shut up. Okay. What is my next step here? I can't do anything with this, apparently. Nothing on the screen. It's not these, apparently. I can't combine those. Those aren't just droppers. What if I bring something over here? Did you already look at the binder we found next to the mixer? I remember seeing something in there that said DNA extraction instructions. I think there was a part about using the mixer for something. That's right, I forgot about that clue. Place that material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it has done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Okay. So we can do... Oops. Oh, gosh darn, I went one too far. We can do this. Put this in the mixer. All right, done. And then we can add in the saline. I'll just pour in the saline solution in here. There's a funnel with the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it, eventually. Okay, looking good. And then finally, the ethanol. All right, next I need to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... Huh. I guess this should do it. All right, use an empty capsule. All right, I'm gonna dip the protrusion of this capsule into the stuff in the beaker. Awesome, you got it all. A green capsule now. Okay. All right, so I was kind of right on the whole time. Does it still have saline? Okay, it does. Can I make this with like one of the seeds? Are you going to use those seeds in the mixer? Yeah, you think I shouldn't? No, I just mean, don't you think you should put all of them in? You mean all 5 different types of seeds? Yeah. Huh, interesting. Why not? Why not make a little science experiments in here? You know? All right, done. All right, saline. Yellow. Oh, hey, I made piss. All right, and last capsule. That should be it. Cool. Let's slot that in. Look, the screen changed. What's going on? You put in the yellow capsule, right? I think it reacted to that. Why? Don't know, but I was just thinking. Thinking what? Well, that thing we just had put in had plant DNA in it, right? Maybe that caused this. Huh. Anyway, let's go have a look. We already got the code? That room was so easy. Perfect. This is just what we need. Yeah, now we can get in the safe. Okay. Well, what about the blue and the red capsules? Sigma, come here. What's wrong? I can see something in here. What do you mean, something? Ah, just look. It's easier than explaining. What the heck is this? Probably a simplified version of a DNA sequence. A is adenine, G is guanine, C is cytosine, T is thymine. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah, it looks like the puzzle has to do with pairing these bases. Bases? Yeah, DNA is made out of 4 bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. However, you can only bind, A and T or G and C. Anything else just won't work. Those are called complementary base pairings. You sure know a lot about this. Why am I speaking with such a weird intonation today? You sure know a lot about this stuff. I guess so. Anyway, you should be able to solve the puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that each A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. Move each row sideways until the letters match up. It's kind of a baby puzzle, but okay. Hello? Oh, okay. I was like, what? So A to T. Oh, I see. I alter both rows. Okay. So each A must be with a T. This alters both the top and the bottom row. This alters both of those rows. Okay, never mind. It's not really a baby puzzle. I take it back. Well, that's good now. I'm so close to being able to do it. Oh, okay. I kind of just guessed, to be brutally honest with you. Ha! Did it! Good job, Sigma. That was awesome. You want a treat? I'm not hungry. You're turkey. What in the hell? Stop screwing off. We don't have time for that. Now get over here and look at this. Huh. All right, that was a very, 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 very easy room. I can't say that I guessed this with any kind of like, I got this with any sort of like extreme puzzle solving skills. I kind of just rearranged it until it worked, but I also was having a hard time visualizing that spatially and how I would get that, how I would solve that like efficiently or effectively. So because of the way that each row like interacted with other rows and moved other rows around, it was quite difficult for my brain to process that one. But I will do archive, safe laboratory, moon, sun. That may have actually been the easiest room so far, I think. That was pretty easy. Like, even easier than, like, the first rooms, I feel like. Yes, it opened. You did it. All right, let's grab that lore. Secret. The facility has two stories. The top floor is referred to as Floor A, and the bottom floor is called Floor B. The A and B supposedly stand for above and below. There's a rumor that the floors were actually named after a particular Swedish pop rock group from the 70s, but everyone involved in this project has insisted that it is a vile and hurtful lie. Is it supposed to be a reference to ABBA? Hello? When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to the square root of 1/6, or approximately 1 to 4.08. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or the square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Interesting. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempts to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but thus far we've been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Each day I see more crows, and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Oh, Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. This is an excerpt from the Journal of a Researcher. Due to space constraints, some sections have been cut out. It sounds like someone named a doll Jumpy, but why? Don't you think this hat looks kind of weird? There's that huge band that wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of Ferengi ears, or maybe he's just a young robot? Well, this is just between you and me, but he's got missiles in there. The sides of the hat are hiding those pods, like you see on helicopters or SAM sites, except those missiles are tiny. These missiles are tiny, and when he gets in trouble, both sides of the hat open up and they just fly out all at once, like psh. Just kidding. Actually, he just keeps snacks in there. An antiviral medication made to counteract Radical 6. More specifically, it's an antibody with a natural resistance to the virus. It was found and extracted from an individual in 2038 and then replicated using the IG replicator. An Accelevier injection is the only known way to fight off a Radical 6 infection. Okay, that's everything. Yep. Want to see my ending map? Sure. So I've gotten Clover and Dio's ending, and then I can go a little bit further here, but this is locked. This is locked. This is locked. And then this is also technically locked. It's not officially locked, which I think is funny, but I don't have the password for this, so I can't possibly do this yet. Was that what you were looking for, Sheepy? Star Sun. Okay, cool. It opened. Awesome. The suspense was killing me. Okay, what have we got here? First is... I love how we grab that map from underneath everything else. That's way more important, but we have to make sure that the player knows there will be a map for them to look at when cutscenes happen. It's very important the player knows this. I'm just gonna skip past this stuff. This is useless information. Why are we like burying the lead here? Why are we ignoring the Excelavir? It's actually so funny. Why is the Excelavir not like behind all this stuff if we wanted to save the Excelavir for last? Can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of this. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? 2 more things. I really thought he was going to grab the key. Is that medicine? What's it say on the label? X-A-X-E-L-A-V-I-R. Excelavir? Axe lever? Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Excelavir? You're right. This is it. This is Excelavir. It's the cure for Radical 6. Whoa, hold on. Let me see that. Later. We need to get out of here as quickly as possible. Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Quark. First, we've got to get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You've got it, right? Yes, yes, yes. No, let me go. Let me out. All right. Back out here. Go to the door. All right, is it over here? Wait, where is the door? Is it over this way then? I thought that was the door. There it is. Yoink. 2 to 3 endings soon. Let's go. Let's freaking go, gamer. I want to like grind those endings out today. I want to get these endings done, baby.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess.
Huh?
First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we?
It's true.
I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Huh. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Instagram, huh? Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this
Wait,
isn't
was
the
that
time
you,
for
Wine? I thought it was
stupid
Sheepy
jokes.
who said that.
There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs our help.
He was right, of course. I think he might have backed Sheepy up, and I'm pretty sure Sheepy's the one who originally was like, oh yeah, it won't take that long. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
That's right.
You're just like
Makes sense.
Clover.
On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right?
Yeah.
The vial. Could you show it to me again? I didn't
Why?
really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it.
He's definitely gonna steal it.
Was it really Excelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See? It's written right there on the label. Excelavir.
You really are an idiot.
Huh?
Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't... The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. God, he's so fucking... Sigma! Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
I didn't realize until I started to hurt that I'd curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
God, Dio, you're such a cock, dude. Damn it.
That's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage.
Get him now!
How unfair you can be.
It's such an awful
what are
way
you
to
gonna
look
do?
at things, Dio.
Ready to promise me you'll pick ally?
Fine, I promise.
Sigma!
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works, but don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and, well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next
Super
round.
chump. With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio started out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says? Sigma,
Yeah.
you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray,
I know. I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get penalized.
but that means
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
so you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. You know, it is kind of funny. I've only just now fully processing, despite all these maps and like cutscenes showing like you going up and down. I've only just now really processed because of the archive that we got that told us that floor A was the above floor and 4B was the below floor, that I'm actually underneath and not above. I always thought we were above this whole time. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch that map video. An hour and 15 minutes or so.
An ambidex gate has 40.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pockets.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And of course, Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I
How's he
see.
doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
The laboratory.
Is that so?
Did it look like the...
Yeah,
Oh.
it did.
I skipped that on accident.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Did it look the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Don't tell those other idiots that I hear one word.
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
It's pretty sexy. How'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Finally shook her head. With the unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover, and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Hey, what's up, DZ? Happy Trans Day of Visibility. Okay then. Guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dave told me about it. He wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
Well, I mean, yeah, basically every other language aside from English, you know? But
You said you had it,
whatever, you
so
can take
I
a
was
look at
hoping I
it.
could take a look.
Yeah, one sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Phi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
In other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log.
Why don't we speak Latin anymore? Let's be real here. What a cool language.
It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
Phi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. And suddenly she stopped.
Wait, I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
What's that say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What? Why are they talking about that?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
Okay, I've already read this from the secret notes. Boop, 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 boop. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know that what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written? I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Accelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of the really crappy M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Happening, where like the plants are creating some sort of like virus that when you inhale it, it makes you want to commit suicide. Like it was such a stupid plot. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was that thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
And maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute.
I mean, I suppose one sort of vector, if this is the truth, then we are actually here as like... We're stuck here as like quarantine individuals, right? We know that Dio broke in, so what if he was infected with Radical 6 and then infected us?
If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do this? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Vi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, won't you come into the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... She was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
See. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game is what I needed to concentrate. Why can't I read today? I'm having such a hard time reading for some reason. But for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake, mine, and Quark's. Yeah, for real, I'm getting radical 6 right now. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing. We could keep... Isn't it like anesthetizing? Yeah. We couldn't keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Exelifir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I'd considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened in a fist as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do. I was going to save myself.
Remain until all, if no.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just...
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
But Kay's gonna have 9 if you just vote ally.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see?
Actually, wait, no, they
Doesn't
won't. They
matter
won't.
if
They
I go
won't.
to
Unless
the
he
AV room or
betrays. If they betray, Kay would have 9, which means that Alice probably isn't going to let betray happen because then Kay could just escape.
My vote's the same either way.
Tenryoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. All right, take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go. Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenryoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Why is Alice so sad now? She's sad about the deal with Dio? Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
A bastard. He's probably been worried I might try and take the Excelivir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I made up my mind to choose ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenryoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenryoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenryoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, Kay's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Really? Really, Kay? I don't know.
Course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
I'm still so curious who he is.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Bruh. Well, I guess that's settled then. I'll be going. Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover. Time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Put it up.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to Ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 PP too, right? If Dio chose Ally and we chose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only choice we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled back with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Why not? Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this.
Amour's a little too hard, but that might have been too much even for me.
I don't want you to die.
Aw, she likes me for some reason. I have thoughts.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. Oh, man, I am yawning like crazy today. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
I think I'm gonna choose Betray first because I think that's gonna be a pretty short pathway, I assume. So I'll choose Betray. Get that one out of the way. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna pick Betray or pick Ally. No, he's gonna pick Ally. Wait, I actually should have picked Ally because I'm pretty sure he's gonna kill me in the Ally path. Whatever, we'll go with this one.
Will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for
Because he's definitely gonna pick Betray. So if I chose Ally, he would just kill me.
Ambidex.
We'll see what he does this time around, though. Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it.
No, okay, this is actually the shorter pathway. Okay. Interesting.
And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. Let's see here. What happened? Oh. Wow. Yeah, okay, so Dio doesn't get to escape, but Kay does. Sucker!
Results, please.
Get wrecked, loser!
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry. I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
We found the Accelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What? You mean he has it right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up. Bastard. And threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard!
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen an ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Oh, I had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard! Ah! I uttered a guttural roar and leapt forward, only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was Fey.
Hold it,
Why are you stopping me?
because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this is the time for...
Look at the number 9 door.
Kay. Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door. God, dude, everyone is a rat in this game, dude. Every single person is a rat. There was not a singular person in this effing nunnery game who was not a weasel. Kay! What the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action.
You stupid bastard.
What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
But then you could have just escaped before the game. Okay. This is not the most logical choice. It's the most selfish choice.
Has been opened. It will.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed. but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
Bruh.
Oh no! What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Dio charged at K, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed. And Sigma, you suck at stopping people. They stop you every time. You have not stopped a singular person from escaping. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
The number 9.
Which also means that you suck at escaping, Sigma, because even though everyone else has been present and able to stop people, they have not been able to stop anyone else either. It's only you.
This ends. Thank you. As the game escape, please.
Yeah, for real. He's like an effing. He's like a twink. Like he's got no strength in those arms at all, apparently. All right, so that's the game over. Let's save. 28 hours, man. Sheesh. Let's go. Yeah, for real, dude. He just like gives up as soon as somebody touches him. He's like, oh!
What are you gonna do?
I suppose that's one of the after effects of being penor blasted. Side effect, one could say.
Results will thank you. Ambidextrous.
He gets touched and he just thinks about the penor blast happening. He's like, oh! And they kill him. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Oh man, excuse me. Nasty, dude. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I think it's funny to imagine. Yeah, I know. I think it's funny to imagine the burp happening in character. Like, ugh. Oh, sorry, Clover. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Man, Ivy's snoring. The snorster. Wait, so Kay still gets his BP. And I die. Okay, cool. How is this path longer? Exactly.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex, please.
Maybe I won't die, yeah.
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Oh, wait. No, wait, you're right. My arm is robotic. So it's going to inject me, but it's not actually going to do anything. Suddenly all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. Which probably implies that they don't know that I have a robot arm. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soporil. Or, I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. I crumpled the kid.
Sigma!
Oh, geez, that acting, wow.
Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it! You'll keep your promise. Damn it! I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back. Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelivir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
That's the guy who stole it from Sigma's hand. For real, for real. Our Excelivir. Shanae. I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelivir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. That sound. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Excelivir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
Oh shit, it's Clover. Oh shit. Clover. God dang, girl. Oh, your head looks so realistic to your actual brain. Right, of course. She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Who's that sultry little bitch on the left? Do you replace the liquid with purple Gatorade? I wouldn't put it past him. Good. Now at last Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the soap, I guess you could say.
9 minutes. Once the soap reel was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. How had 5 minutes or how 4 minutes already passed? In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? Maybe I could masturbate one last time. I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on my life just yet. There had to be an answer. One more goon for the road. Maybe I can do one last jork. Brother! When can I end the game? Okay, so I can't go here. Wait, did I not do the other section of this? I think I forgot that section. I do have this open now, so I can do this now. I can go down this way. I also have this open. Let's incorrect. Let's try this one. Let's do betray here, I guess. I suppose I missed that one somehow. It seems as though it's gonna be another dead end if I were to assume.
Hey, Sigma.
This is where she tries to like seduce me. I think I should go left to right for the endings. Well, I can't quite go left to right because I still don't have the password. I still need the password. Ones I have unlocked. We'll see what if I can do this one or not. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a dead end. Given that's only 2 spots long. Ally, ally, betray, betray. Betray, ally. Oh yeah, Clover's gonna leave. Yeah, okay.
Points have been please.
Classic Clover leaving.
So, that's
Oh wait, didn't I do this though?
promises are made.
Sorry, I just couldn't bring myself to trust you.
I could have chosen betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all you did, choose betray in the
That
last
was a
round.
completely different situation. Well,
I'm pretty
in
sure I
any
did do
event,
this.
How do you intend?
Yeah, I definitely did this. Did it not save correctly? Huh. It must not have saved. Yeah, she just leaves. And then she says, oh, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you right now. I'm hearing your words.
Oh,
Shio?
Shit.
The number 9 door. You opened it.
Sorry, Alice gave me
I
an order.
came.
Clover might be. I'll have some with that. I'm escape.
Promise?
Yeah, okay, we did this.
So
Every little word, I'm listening to it. Yeah, okay, I thought we did this ending. Okay. This is a bad end. This pathway sucks. You just get completely reamed on this pathway.
Clover!
You're not getting.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Okay, as we're like coming closer to an end on this one, do folks think that I should play the next game? Is the next game good? Is the last game in the series good? The third one? Should I wait to play that one? Should I play it right after this one? How long is it, like as long or longer than this one?
9. This thing as the escape, please.
she's.
Shit.
Let's hope that.
It's as long? Bruh. Bruh. I was talking to Sheepy yesterday about just, I don't know. Was it yesterday or today? I think it might have been today. I just want to play more games, man. I just want to play more games on stream. I enjoy streaming games. I enjoy having an archive of games on stream. ZTD is really good to tie together the timelines because it takes place between 999 and VLR. Interesting. Well, that's a dead end. Oh, wait, I can do this now. I can do this now. Wait. Wait. Oh, shoot. Let me go back. She wants me to do it left to right. That's not left to right. Let's go here instead. I can find Kay, be saved. He is snoring so hard right now. Shit! They're not
Maybe
here.
they did go through the door, like Kay said.
With Quark's bracelet?
Or
what? Oh, come on, man. You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of that from Dio. Yeah, let's skip past all this stuff because it's already been done.
The first is an anesthetic called Soparil Beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called tubocurarine. Your bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules, those needles hop out and inject you.
Zero, you are so
My brother
Soleil.
told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurarine.
That's right, we know that
I
now.
knew it.
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
Wait. That's literally him doing the effing opposite of what he said. He's like, we're supposed to share everything in here, right? I found it, so it's mine. Of course. The antidote.
the antidote.
I didn't have time to explain. I took off running toward the exit. Oh shit! Real time!
Sigma, where are
you going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. I bolted out of the warehouse toward the treatment room. I don't remember. I think that Fi and K have some sort of issue with, like, they're gonna be injected or something. It's true, yeah. Dio is he just kind of goes with the flow, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. We fucking killed him. We suffocated Dio in this one. I forget. I remember now. Come on. Please still have it. So it was pouring down my face, but I didn't bother to wipe it off. There wasn't time. I dug frantically through Dio's coat until... Let's look here really fast. So we got AV game round 2, betray. How can find K be saved? This really isn't very helpful. This is the archives one. And not super helpful as far as, like, what was happening. Aha! Found it! Oh. There's only one dose. The injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Shit. I can't save both of them.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
1 minute! Shit! I spun around and shot out of the treatment center. Oh, that's right. We have the game polling, but they aren't able to vote. Like, they can't vote properly, and so they're gonna die. They're gonna get injected with the Soparil B and the Soparil Beta and the Tubocurarine. I don't recall why their door was activated, but their door was activated, but they no longer have the ability to vote.
1.
Because their members are dead or missing.
Doors closing.
No, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's right. No. Yeah, their partner was Quark, but Quark is dead and his bracelet is gone. So they don't have the ability to go through the door. And so they were gonna die out here because they couldn't go through the door. No, you gotta be kidding me.
Sigma.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. Okay. Woo! Okay, we also didn't go through. That's right, we chose to stay with them. No, I couldn't fall asleep. I had to give one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with the Tubocurarine. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. K and Phi lay limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand, I could feel the injector gun with its precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose? Phi or K? I do love how he doesn't even consider himself at all. No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer. Phi. I didn't even have a choice. After all, K's entire body was covered in an impenetrable metal. I'm sorry, K. I summoned as much energy as I could and dragged myself toward Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. With no time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma, what the hell did you...
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. It's the antidote for the muscle relaxant.
Why did you pick me?
Because I can't use the injection gun on K. It'd never get through the middle.
Then why didn't you inject yourself?
Guess you've got a point. Honestly, didn't even cross my mind.
You're the biggest idiot. on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No goddamn way.
Tell me that's not what Saskia would do if, like, Saskia died and Hopscotch was, like, trying to bring them back to life or something.
I'm not gonna...
Her words slurred and slowed, and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing and see her chest rise and fall. Good. I's gonna be alright. But Kay... I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. Yes! Open? There's a hole here on the back of your head. Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe put some kind of key in there.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait. But when could he have... It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in here before?
No. It was empty when I found it.
But what if he'd lied? Could Kay have taken the key? How he'd gotten it didn't really matter anymore. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. And he had. Holy shit. Then that would mean Dio's killers. I coaxed as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled toward Kay. Kay, wake up! Come on, talk to me! I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. Oh, thank God we get an illustration. Woo! Dum 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 dum. I bumped into Fi and we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you, or we saw your armor, I guess. By then you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen to his pod, although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Fi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, all you needed us out of the room lounge, so you made a noise in the hall to lure us out. And you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. Are you kidding me? Do I really? I just saw the path he took one direction. Why do I need to see him retreading the same path he just took in reverse? How dense do you think I am? Don't answer that. Once you were there, you pushed your suit on again and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Okay, wake up! Something's happened. You pretended to wake up, very disoriented and confused. What is it? Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes, your reasoning is correct. I killed him. Because
Why?
I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me. I couldn't...
Who did he kill?
The old
Okay,
woman.
so it's important to him as well. What?
She was like a mother to me. She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
So he regained his memories about that then? Wait, are you saying...
I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean here?
Sigma. Unfortunately, we are
No!
out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand? This is
What?
very important. You must pay attention. Cannot forget.
Forget? It wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with two heads,
The password!
follow
At
the
last!
sun. Remember these letters. MILKEVOLI.
Minkivoli. I'm gonna write that down just in case the game is not kind enough to, like, remember it. Oops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot. That's going in my cringe compilation. They really do.
The second gate.
The second gate? What the hell? Hey, Kay! Who told you to tell me this? Why am I speaking as though like I'm not slurring? Who told you to tell me this? No! Who are you? Show me! Show me who you really are! I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. What? No, that's impossible. That face. It's my face. What? I'm sorry. What? I felt a sharp pain in my left wrist and my body collapsed unceremoniously. The second drug. Tubocurine. Eh? My vision began to blur and my head felt unnaturally heavy. Okay, I cannot say I was expecting that. The world faded away and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. So it's him from like a different timeline? Or a clone of him? That would be ironic. Because if I'm like a robot version of me and he's in a robot suit, that's kind of funny, right? It's pretty funny. That's the K ending. Okay. Oops. Don't do the line ending, you mean? Or this one. Don't do this one, the solve the mystery of the two-headed lion. This one's gonna be long? Okay. I can't do that one yet. This one looks like it's gonna be longer. Like this is huge. Alright, if you say so.
All right, please pay attention,
Why
everyone.
did I skip the third one? What do you mean why did I skip the third one? There is no third one that I can do right now. This one's still locked. Yeah, this one's still locked. Open thine eyes. It's locked. The one next to Dio. Sheepy. This one? The one that I asked multiple times? This one? The one that looks like it's just nothing? I can't do this one. I only have two options. I have two options available to me. Three options. I either go here, which I don't think I have yet. I think I only have one of the two passwords. I think I need one more. And there's this one, and there's this one. I can't do this one yet. This one's still blocked. This one's also still blocked. Stay where I am? Okay.
You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
The one next to Clover. Sorry, the one next to Dio. IG equals
Do you know
immunoglobulin.
what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies.
Then we have the duplicator. Okay.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So we can bring it here and make copies.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? Ice cream.
We just saw this. That's cool. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
Open the fourth lock in VLR. It can copy immunoglobulin, antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the lab. Rattery.
When was that?
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. Dio was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. How did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's
How
go
is
have
this
a look
not
then.
a long path? I feel like I'm being lied
The
to right now.
laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
It's probably not longer than an hour. Is the other path longer than an hour? The one that you told me not to do? Aye! Okay, so I'm assuming that's the true ending then. No? Just a casual whole new escape room for fun? Okay. Like, I'm never beating this game. It's never happening. This game is so long. Smiles. You'll be stuck playing this game forever. Shut up. There's no part 2.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here.
So
See?
this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot on the side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed! And then the entire lab explodes. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pockets. Ah, shit.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand
You
slipped.
dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on, if it had broken them, we could have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear a voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine. See?
She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes. One is Accelavir, the
What
other
heck
is
going on
NyQuil.
down there?
Take a look.
She slid back from the table, quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh! A bomb?
Whoa. That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
I kind of forgot about the bombs.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Theo don't look surprised, that's
Who the hell
true.
would do that?
We were all looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out.
I forgot about the bombs. Yeah, me too. I'm so sorry.
So we shouldn't consider you
I
a
did.
suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your
Who
way
could
to
it
the
be?
laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane. Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a
Oh, and the memory card.
memory card.
Theo hiding his suspiciously bomb-shaped pocket. I don't know who planted the bomb.
Where was it?
Sheriff, I assure you there's only bread in this bag.
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I just crush it. Oh no, I'm so strong. I crushed it on accident. I put the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Okay, well didn't we do the infirmary in this one? We know that there's an SD card reader in there. Shoot. No dice. We need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes. All if no.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here.
The,
Alice
bomb.
said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Excelivir, then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right.
I do wonder if they're going to do the smart thing, which
Said
would
I'd
be
do it.
to give the Excelivir we copied, go back and redo it again to create another vial of Excelivir. That way we always have one Excelivir on hand in case somebody else is infected with Radical 6.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. Nope, they did not. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes, the analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes. Oh man, what a relief.
When she has this specific look where she has an open mouth and the closed eyes, she really looks like a jester.
I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes.
We gotta
All
go
right,
vote,
everybody.
guys.
We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn, don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floor A warehouse is waiting. Dude, I'll never get over this, dude. I'll never get over the way that they set this up. It's so ridiculous. I cannot believe they did this. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
You're gonna love Danganronpa if you play it, because when they show you a map, it means something. Well,
I'm still worried about
it's not that I don't need a game to show me the map to love it, but I mean, if it does have meaning, that'll be
I
nice.
think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and...
I want to watch you play Danganronpa so bad and you miss them.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Shut up,
You see what
Dio.
I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, I can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This sucks for Phi, dude. Holy shiz.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Oh, maybe you're right. Well, but then Sigma would know that Kay sounds like him, though.
Promise?
Promise.
There has to be like a vocal modulation.
1 minute remain.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
DOK Fine Cloverall took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into the room. Okay, this does not matter. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
With that settled, we headed into AB room number 1. It's like kind of crazy to think about this being the very first escape room. Like this was so long ago.
30 seconds remain.
It's probably a little late. You know Alice is still in the infirmary. So...
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway?
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And this too, like every single Ambidex game situation, they've got to make sure they count down from 10. It's like, let me vote, dog. Anyway, I'm gonna betray. Alice is like, dude.
Round 2.
Not Alice.
The
Luna's like,
Ambidex game
what
has
the? You
been
just said you
completed.
wouldn't. What are you doing?
Results. Thank you.
Did you slip?
Ambidex game
Yeah, my
now
hand slipped.
opening.
Yeah, I totally didn't mean to pick betray. It's dramatic. I don't think it is, though. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
There was something I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will. Don't, how dare you call me evil? Right, well, We should go see the results.
Really? We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes. Streamer evil.
Results from round 2, please.
If they didn't want me to be evil, they shouldn't have made me have to get these endings in order to progress. They all fucking betrayed, as expected. Wait, what? What? Eh? Nani? What?
Points have been assigned or subtracted.
What?
accordingly. Please check your...
What? I didn't expect that. Nani? What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Oh. Alice. He was standing inside the second room from the left, the room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where'd she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
Shiz, dude.
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it, coward?
Me, a coward? You've got some ball saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you?
That was a fast recovery.
Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible.
For a very brief second there, with the way she was like illuminated with like a yellow aura, I thought she was dead. I thought she was like a ghost voting from the afterlife, and I was like, okay, we're going for this now. We're going supernatural.
I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes
I love
ago,
that Sigma
I woke up in the
betrayed her and then
infirmary.
she voted betray. That's hilarious.
Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
To be fair, I wouldn't have killed her. She still had enough points. So you should have, right after we'd gotten done, we'd gone into the AB room?
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose to betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray. There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
That's true.
Yes. If Dia had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dia would have killed her.
This timeline sucks.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
This timeline straight stinks, dude. I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster: betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. All right, guys, pay attention. You probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution.
I liked you better when you were like a dead fish.
Sorry.
Deal.
Well, in that case,
At 2, bye.
yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. Clover's such an effing simp. So we're on this longer side over here.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know, but I still believe in you, Sigma. I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
That's literally the joke excuse that I made.
Right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
Sigma, are you crying? That's really cringe.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the...
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet? Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
Sheepy, I'm like 99% sure this is the path that has the extra escape room. Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pear. What about you?
I'm a magenta pear.
Sheepy lie. I wonder what the others are.
We could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
You've got about 80 minutes until the next set of Kermanite doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
The Hearts and Minds party. Yeah, we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray. Can I open the map? I don't think I'm able to view the map, but I can look at the log, the flow, if that's what you're asking for.
Well, what if we have an
Sheepy?
enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together against them.
Right.
But how do we figure out who that is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? That's right. The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark.
Was I really supposed? I mean, it does look like Ally is the shorter
There's a
path, but like, is this
memory
one
card
not
just
short?
like that one. Yes.
Then
I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tin Miyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Then stick it in already.
That's what she said.
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Oh, what's this effing cipher called? I forget what the cipher is called.
In other words, the first two rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
It's like where you have like a grid, and like you shift the letters over. I forget what it's called, and I forget how it works exactly either. So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's
Does
up?
any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
No, not the Caesar cipher.
Have you
Caesar
seen
cipher's
something
super
like this
simple.
before? Maybe during your training?
Training.
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
The reason I know about it is there was I think it was a Lemino video. I think it was a Lemino video. I can't remember if it was Lemino or somebody else about one of a cipher of this type being placed at like the CIA headquarters or something, or no, it was NSA. I think it was NSA as like a challenge to the people who worked there to crack it basically. But I forget what the type of cipher was called.
Yes, well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn. I've got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know. How am I
What?
supposed to decode it?
I mean, it's not really a big deal for the locks. I mean, as long as, from what I can tell, at least with this one, there's nothing special that I have to do. Like, I don't have to, like, go to a safe or something. At least not so far. Maybe I will at some point. But so far, it just seems like playing the game is enough to break the locks, which I prefer over the old system where it's some random archaic thing I have to figure out to go do.
I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
There's an order, like a best order to go through them. Is that what you mean? That's idiotic. Of course I'm not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you want to tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. I'm sorry. I really have to go to the bathroom. Hey, wait! Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
I passed the story. She'd be, what do you mean this is short? Are you high? Like, what do you mean this is short? Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover? You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
It's a good question. Remember the crew quarters of this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. I thought you said it was short. You said I could do it in like a short amount of time. Let's go back up here. What did you say? Oh, so don't do the next ending because it's going to be really long. Do the one after. Both. They're both going to be long. I guess you say they're both going to be long. Why'd you skip the third one? The one next to Clover. Sorry, the one next to Dio. Wait, no. No, I got confused. It looks so confusing. Stay where you are. I don't actually know how long it is. It's probably not longer than an hour. You pretty sure you're talking about the first one? Dude. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
This is the first time I've seen this pose. Put those honkers away. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. For some reason, I read at some point you saying it was like 20 minutes long. And I was like, there's no world in which this is 20 minutes long. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak. Ivy!
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean in the AB game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
Turn the streamer into a cat. What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real.
So that's what I was experiencing in the other timeline. I definitely have Radical 6.
Then
Or at least I
started to
did in
feel
that
like-
timeline.
It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
At the very least, I was experiencing the symptoms of Radical 6. That was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. When I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you.
I really don't like her teeth very much. Like, what is this?
God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared.
Why does she look like that? Like that's like a plane, like that's like a singular plane, twisted. Like there's like no depth to those teeth at all.
See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it.
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What the hell, Alice? Am I going to kill you? I don't even hate you.
You're lying. I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. I'm like Tin Miyoji Fishmouth, true. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why
And then
are
we
you
had
doing
hot
this?
sex on the bench.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
I grabbed her boob. That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on! Of course I'm gonna tell her.
If you keep your mouth shut about myself and about the Myrmidons. Deal?
I didn't mean to skip that. If I keep my mouth shut, you'll tell me about these things. Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What, crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. I imagine this is not going to be voice acted because they never voice act these for some reason. Okay. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met when my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was there, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the US. By my ninth birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Oh. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself, so he's the reason that Dio got cloned. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away and on every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with the cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say that he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then, one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out there immediately. On the way out there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. What happened to her shoes? Also, why is this like so tight? This is like flowing cloth, but it's like she like shoved it into her butt crack intentionally. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Caked up, dude. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what I was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. Oh hey, rapidly approaching car of 999 cast, let me shove my skirt into my butthole real quick. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. That she did not, in fact, wake up from the coffin. That would be crazy. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOAS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man who I'll just call H for now had been bound and placed in the trunk. According to the other 4, he'd been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, he was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Okay, I'm just going to skip past this. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed to get more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be your commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. Forgot about this plot line, by the way. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Plot line. Oh, it's sour! At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She'd been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. Eh? It was my father. He looked as if he had just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. Bro. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell their masters at the SOAS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had, at least, been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. Plotline. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying, right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes. Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me.
Bro.
I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here's a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon.
Yes.
Right? And I agree that we need to figure out who they are.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Would that be... Aha! 78153 61098 830809 42419 90551.
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers we just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did...
I did bypass that lock, yeah.
Wait, can you say that again?
78153 61098 830809 42419 90551.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
How in God's name do you know that off the top of your head? What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,000,000.
Okay, she didn't say she was really good at math.
351 to the third power.
Talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that 198,449,351 is a prime, and if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get
Yes.
that number. Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What? No. No way. That's impossible.
I told you, I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too.
I said don't tell me? What?
Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys, and there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Could you explain that with, small words?
Well, look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code.
I said don't tell me, dude.
You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... How do you memorize? He is also really good at memorizing. That's true. That's
On
fair.
the second row?
I think. And then it's repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How did we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How did we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one. Then 8 from that one. Just keep going until you get something. Make sense?
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's an interesting cipher. I remember what you'd done in my head. The prime number Alice had given me was 1. Okay, I'm not going to say that again. So what would it be we'd get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? The first letter would be C from the top left, and then you'd move to the 9 to the right, which would give you O. Then 8 more to the right. Eventually we get a word, and that word was... You will have 6 chances to succeed, fail, and the game is over? The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it would be wise to solve it now. The key is 198449351. Holy shit, write that down, write that down. Are you kidding me? Hold on, let me move over. One 198449351. Sorry, 9351. I almost messed up. 9351. Remember the key is 198449351. What? I had to solve it then? Oh, shoot. I did not think they meant to solve it. And the text was in the way. How is it supposed to solve it? Oh my lord! I'm just gonna look up the image of the code thing. Why did they do that? That's so dumb. see, 99 or not. What is this? Virtue's last reward. Yeah, honestly, just look it up. Just look it up. Yeah. I mean, I know how to do it. It's not hard. I just have to go through the code. Give it to me one letter at a time, though. I want to get the experience of like piecing it together piece by piece. C. O. M. M. Oh, shiz. No, sorry, not M. I'm sorry, P. L. Does it complicate? E. Complete. Show me complete. Completed. E. I'm gonna complete. Yeah, completed. Oh, check. Here we go. Why would they do it like that? I did it! Completed! That's it! That's the answer!
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah. I did what you told me to do, and the word I got is completed. Well, actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. That's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Dio! I can't get over how dumb he looks.
Holy brother, holy master, my sacred mission is at last complete. With these 2 hands, mankind is saved. I am your will made flesh. In your name, I give thanks.
Damn it! Why hadn't I realized it before? I can remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. And not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, did you really think I'd reveal myself like this?
Point.
Out of nowhere, Clover appeared.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
We've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Hey, wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the floor B warehouse.
This is kind of sus.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Fi and Kay were already there. Well,
So?
all of a sudden, Fi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Why?
What?
Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last A B game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left, Vi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Vi only had 1 BP too. Troy seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh, just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice, let's go.
Coming.
Almost done, are we, sheepy? YouTube. Sheepy, you idiot! YouTube! You idiot! That's where the lies are! All 4 of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his head balled into a fist at his balled into a fist at his side. How could I used YouTube instead of YouTube? That's Lumbies! I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. You need to knock it off.
Stupid? What about this is stupid? We're talking
Lumby
about
invented
my life, you
YouTube.
self-righteous dick.
I know, but yelling at each other isn't going to solve your problem. The best thing for us to do right now is to trust each other and get through this. Wouldn't you agree?
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray?
Did you even think that through? What? I was supposed to pick Ally?
If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than merely killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
Shut up, Dio. Gosh damn it! Enough already! I roared with fury and my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long that silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There's only one way I was going to be able to take control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. See, the thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
What?
Is this what you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you it is.
Well, spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Sheepy? I'm going to come over there. Sheepy? They're dead. I killed them. I killed them. You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, Sheepy, if they don't stop at the story, like, how long is this pathway? Like, should I stop right now? I feel like I should stop. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes, I do.
Hey, if you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh yeah? Where the hell did you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. Just play dumb. He was good at it. And I'd get nothing. All right, stop now. Okay, we'll stop now. Sheepy. Never trust the sheepster when it comes to estimating time in an escape room game. Never works. Never works out. Never works out. They're always wrong. Not beating the always lies allegations. For real, for real. Never trust YouTube. Idiot! Alright, let's see. We got any art? Ooh, we do have some art. Let's freaking go, dude. I want them to post Alice's ending and then stop it at the story log. I don't know, man. To troll people like you. It was Lumbee. What do you mean? Of course they'd stop at the story log. That's Lumbee's best thing. That's their favorite thing to do, is to trick you. And you fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. We got some art here, folks. First art here is done by the fabulous Riley. Their OC, whose name I forget. But this is very cute. Love the tongue stick out. Love the little trans flag. Such cute. Love the little comb over onto hair. Very cute. Love the little. Is there always like an upside down spade in their head? On their head. Love this. Just the simple design of this. Like the simple colors of this character are fantastic. It's the simple black and white. It's great. Love those ice blue eyes. Gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Happy Trans Day of Visibility. We got a little bit more T-Dove art here. It's called Lumbee 420. We got a picture of Yuffie. Oh, let's go. I like the marking. We got a picture of Yuffie here. Love those angel wings. So freaking cute. Love that just that pose, the pop out. The little like little happy trans visibility, like they just pulled it out of a chest. Beautiful, beautiful piece here. Love that expression, gorgeous expression. Great clothing, lovable, lovely pose. The wings are great. Love those colors. Love just the pop of the Trans Day visibility. Even like the sparkles around it being trans colors. Great touch. And I love how that's kind of the focal point of this piece, with everything else kind of being mostly like a different shades of pink. I think it's pink. Don't tell me if it's red. I'm sorry. I can't. It's my flux. It's not my fault. Looks great. Fantastic work as always, folks. Let's put somebody to rate here for T-Dove Trans Day Visibility. Once again, just to reiterate, I will not be streaming tomorrow. We're going to be going to see Hamilton. It's not actually orange. You can't. My flux does not modify the colors that much. I think Lambee's been taken over by Lumbee, guys. They are here to deceive me, to lead me astray. Of course, yeah, definitely gonna be streaming it. Definitely gonna get my channel taken down for streaming it. And that's a great idea. Good idea all around. Dog, I feel like nobody's ever online after I finish streaming anymore. Let's see here. Why is it not muting when I'm telling this to mute right now? Hello? Let's I shouldn't say nobody's online, but like nobody on my stream team is online. I try to prioritize my stream team when I can, but I feel like nobody's ever online. Anyway, somebody that I know. Let me just double check something here really quick. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and stream. Let's go ahead and right into Surrey Fox. They're doing some art right now. Looks like some Studio Ghibli art. Let's go right into them, folks. I can't remember a ton about them, so I don't fully recall what they're like. So do bear with that. Hopefully that's all. Hopefully they're all good. I don't totally remember. But let's go ahead and right into them, folks. So show them some love. Thank you all for being here as always. Thank you for hanging out. I will be back maybe sometime this week if I have time, but probably just next week for some more Virtue's Last Reward and some more Brothership. Good night, folks. Sleep tight. Do not let the bed bugs bite. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the beautiful art. Good night. Happy T-Dove. Goodbye.